to have one night out with my green bag and then get, you know, a stain on it and take it back to Chanel, and they're just like, nah, we can't do anything. Guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Jess. Thought I'd make a video today responding to my comments on my last video, and I thought actually making a video about my previous comments is like talking to you guys in real life kind of thing, like we're having an actual conversation, because sometimes I feel like I can't convey what I'm saying through typing. So I thought I'd respond to your comments today on my last video, and maybe let me know, guys, going forward, would you like me to do videos responding to comments on my last video? Because I think it, you know, you guys inspire me, you give me different ideas, and maybe I inspire you too. So that way we can keep this, I guess, this topic going. So yesterday I talked about comparing the Hermes Birkin to the classic flap and kind of discussing whether the classic flap is worth the same value as a Birkin now. So I guess I've been drawn to this topic because I did buy a Birkin, and I have in the past collected a lot of classic flaps. So you know, I do have a few colors. This one I haven't worn in a while, actually, this brown one, but I'm kind of nervous to, like, you know, it has crossed my mind that because now these are so valuable, I could almost sell this and that I could be on my way to like another Birkin at this point. So that has got me thinking about like what is actually worth it anymore. And well, I touched on the after sales services and that sort of thing in my last video, and I won't go over it again, guys. You can look at that video, and yeah, but I'm going to be responding to your comments, as I've said a million times. So the first comment I've got on my video is from Tatty Y. Hi, Tatty. Thanks for commenting. And she said that I wouldn't compare the two. Totally different aesthetics. I personally love both, but my Chanel has a special place for me. I love my classic flaps because they are fun. They go from casual to dressy, day to night. As per Birkins, I see them more as casual bags. Love that about them. Kelly is just depends on the color and size to go day or night, which is true because like you could have like a mini Kelly that could be very evening. I personally love both brands for different reasons. Bags are meant to be used and loved, so enjoy them. They always have leather experts that can restore your Chanel bags. Hermes will do them for you, but most likely you will have to pay, so it's basically the same. Have some great points, Taddy, and for me, yeah, I would not compare them in terms of styles, absolutely not. But I would say if you are someone who is a handbag fanatic and a collector, you probably already have some Chanel bags, and maybe you're trying to venture out. Maybe you have Chanel bags and Birkin bags, and you are deciding, you know, do I want to get a yellow Birkin or a yellow classic flap next? I'm kind of saying it on that sort of level. Some people, as I've said, hate Birkins and Kellys, and I can understand why. I think, you know, when I was like younger, I wouldn't look at a Birkin and think that was the cool. Actually, my mum did have a fake one, and I thought it looked pretty cool, to be honest. So I don't know, maybe I have always kind of liked it, but the Chanel bag definitely, I don't know, something a little bit more appealing and recognizable about it, I think, to most people. So it is usually a brand most people would go for over Hermes, I mean, generally, and even Louis Vuitton. But I think the point about you can always take it to somewhere to restore, you can always take your bag to a bag spa to restore it. That I actually disagree, because with Chanel, so I had a Chanel Petite Shopper tote at some point. I bought it secondhand, and I took it to a bag spa, and they ended up recoloring the whole bag to a completely different color, and it ended up being quite a matte feel, and it wasn't the same as before, and I didn't expect that to happen. Now, I know that Hermes, they actually have an archive of all their colors that they've ever done, so they can exactly color match your bags. That they can recolor, so they can restore leather because they have the exact match of colors on hand. And say if you wanted to replace a handle, they have the exact same kind of leather handles that to match your bag from you know, it could be a 30-year-old bag and they can restore it. And with Chanel, they can't do that. And I'm telling you guys, by taking your bag to a bag spa, you are making a really big risk because, I mean, it doesn't matter if you don't care, but because it is actually affecting the whole value of the bag. Once you recolor a bag at a random bag spa, the price can be halved sometimes when you do that, and you don't really know what's going to happen. I know in Australia there are some pretty good bag spas, but I don't know if they're going to be on the level as if you actually, say, took your Birkin to Hermes versus if you took it to a local bag spa. I don't know at what level. I'm sure if you took it to Hermes, you would get a better result, just being honest. You will probably have to pay more, but I think long term, it's actually a better investment to pay that little bit more to have that, you know, because I've seen bags actually come back from the Hermes bag spa and they are immaculate. They can restore vintage bags like no other. I've also heard about the Restory, which I think someone comments on about in my comments, and there's also leather surgeons. Now, those are bag spas that are overseas, so they're not in Australia. So for me to send my bag to leather surgeons, it's going to be a little bit messy because I have to send it overseas myself and think about the tax, and it's just a lot of back and forth, whereas it would have been a lot easier if I could just take my Chanel bag to Chanel and they could deal with all that fluffing around and sending it overseas. And because I don't mind sending my bags overseas, but I'm somebody who I wouldn't really want to organize that myself. I would rather take it into Hermes and Chanel and have them take it to the right place. And I think when you're paying that much for a bag, they should have trained artisans who know how to restore the bags. And if Chanel themselves haven't trained people to restore their colored bags, and yet they're making the prices, like, as I said, almost the same as a Birkin, I don't think that's fair. Like, honestly, what are we paying for then? Like, we're not paying, like, when you buy these bags, like, Chanel will argue this is a long-term thing you're always going to have, you can pass it down. Well, it's not going to be a long-term thing if you can't restore the bag because, you know, wear and tear happens. So, yeah, anyway, that was a bit of a rant, but thanks, Taddy, for your comment. That is just my thoughts on the bag spa process. June K. Hi, June. It's sad that the price of Chanel classic flaps are blown up compared to what they are 2 years ago, especially. Absolutely, June. Like 2 years ago, these were several thousands of dollars less. Now, even pre-loved they were. I remember I should have really pulled the trigger a while back, but whatever. At the 6.2k USD price last January, I was hesitant, but now at almost 9k USD for a medium, I'm very put off. But if I had an ample supply of money, I would still choose the classic flap over the Kelly and the Birkin. Chanel have a very different aesthetic that I prefer over aesthetics of the Birkin and the Kelly. The Constant is cute, but is one of the few bags I would actually consider from Hermes. And actually, yeah, I've had a love-hate relationship with the Constance. When I first saw it, I thought it was quite ugly. I don't really like that big H buckle at the front, but actually now looking at it, like, I actually think it looks quite luxe. Like, I really like that hefty hardware on the front. It looks quite expensive, so maybe I will kind of warm up to the Constance, maybe just the 18 size. I don't know about the big one, but yeah, I totally understand what you're saying, June. I think if you're someone who is starting out with luxury bags, like I myself would rather buy a Chanel classic flap over a Birkin first, because I think it's just a bit more of a dream bag for me. Like, I know it sounds weird, but a Chanel bag, yeah, it is a little bit more day to night. A Birkin is a very casual bag, so, you know, if I had a fancy occasion, I would wear a fancy bag, whereas if I'm more casual, I might wear just, you know, a high street brand or something, you know. I might not wear a Birkin for casual, but I think as years go by, I don't know, you just kind of think like, oh, actually Hermes is really nice. So that's how I got into it, obviously. So and you know, I find that actually I don't go to special occasions that much, and I actually, as a handbag lover, I love to wear my designer bags all the time, and I actually find that the Hermes bags, you can fit more in them and they're a little bit more casual than the Chanel bags, which like a lot of the small classic flaps, they really don't fit much, and they're just more, they're good for special occasions and like when you really want to downsize, but actually for day to day I don't find them that practical. So it's a personal preference, I guess. I found my jumbos to be quite practical, and even something like a 2.55 with the crumpled calf skin I find is a little bit more easy to dress down. But as I said, guys, like stuff like this, I haven't worn this in so long and I can't like say goodbye because it's a classic flap. Like, I don't know, like I feel like you could just leave it there and it's gonna go up $2,000 in like 1 month. So anyway, okay, this is Danny O. Hi Danny O, love your channel. This is exactly why I'm moving to Hermes. I value the after sales service. Question, what is a reasonable premium to pay for a Birkin 25 now? Desirable, neutral and seasonal colour. Well, actually, I had a little think about this. I think probably for a Birkin 25 in a neutral, I've seen a lot in Australia for like literally $30,000, which I think is too much. I would say anything in the low 20s is a better deal. You'd be lucky to find a Birkin 25 in a neutral colour under $20,000 at this point, which is crazy, but I'm sure it'll go up even more, guys. Like, that's just how it goes. So Laura Romeo, hi Laura, thanks for commenting. Chanel has lost its luster for me. I'm really confused by their current marketing tactics. They are trying to attain the status of Hermes without making the effort to truly understand the marketing and cult following behind Hermes. It's a disaster waiting to happen. Honestly, Lauren, I agree. I think it is a disaster waiting to happen. And she's like, let's not forget Chanel almost went bankrupt in the 80s. Anything can happen. You know, Lauren, like my thoughts exactly. Like, Chanel think they're unstoppable. They're not, guys. Like, a lot of their employees are pissed off right now, and it's I could go on for hours, guys, but like Chanel is not unstoppable. If you want, you can stop buying Chanel bags and you can buy vintage, you can buy secondhand. The secondhand market is saturated with classic flaps, which is why they're making them so expensive, so we stop buying them and so they obtain that desirability. But Chanel, I mean, I think they need to work on their after sales, and yeah, they need to work on a lot of things. They need to invest more time into caring for their employees as well, and they need to also and with the custom, I mean, I think it's the same at Hermes, to be honest, guys. Like, when I went to Hermes on the weekend, we were really rushed through because there was just not enough staff, so they needed to have more staff on like rostered on that day, maybe because of COVID and stuff too. Maybe some people couldn't work, but I do see a lot of employees under the pump in a lot of luxury stores lately, and it's because the people on the top are money hungry and they're not willing to employ more people, or they're not willing to pay people more who have been there for a really long time and promote people faster. Like, there's a lot of things that go on in luxury retail that yeah, it's turned me off Chanel a little bit. Anyway, guys, Life with Lockie. Oh my gosh, Life with Lockie, I love your channel. You're like Birkin Queen, like Hermes Queen, seriously. Your bag collection is stunning. Love all the colors, Jess. Oh, thank you, Lockie. Honestly, guys, check out her channel. Oh my gosh, I'm talking too fast, but she has such a beautiful Hermes collection, guys. Like, she has like a crocodile Kelly. Oh, like, I can't even, I don't have the words. Sia has left a comment. The restory is so amazing for issues stated in this video. Seeing what Amelia and In the Fro have fixed is fire. Love heart. Yeah, Sia, I think, yeah, the restory, they can restore bags, but if you look at, okay, so I know Claire Chanel took her pink classic flap to the restory and they restored it, but she did say that it has now become like a different feel. It feels re-dyed and it is not the same color as before. And she said it's good if you have a really old bag to restore it like this, but it's not perfect, guys. Like, I'm telling you guys, I've seen bags come back from the Hermes bag spot and they look like they haven't been even like restored. Like, they've just looked new again, like literally from the 70s. So this is what I'm talking about, guys. Like, there is no, Chanel have not trained people to restore their bags properly, and there are just these bag spas trying to do it basically, but they will never perfect it. So they really need the what Hermes artisans have to go through to get to that level is quite intensive, and same with Chanel, but they need to put more training into the restoration. I've said this a million times, guys, but this is just how I feel. I don't think we should have to rely on a third-party bag spa to restore our bags, because like brands like Saint Laurent, they will take their bags to a third-party bag spa because they are lower priced bags. They don't need to invest money into training people to restore their bags because their bags are like under $3,000 sometimes dollars. But when a bag is like $13,000, you need to train people to be able to restore your bags. I think that is like a part of the luxury experience. I don't want to, to have one night out with my green bag and then get, a stain on it and take it back to Chanel and they're just like, nah, we can't do anything. That is absurd. That is what's going to happen, guys. If you take your bag back to Chanel, they'll be like, nah, nothing we can do. You bought it yesterday, it doesn't matter. And at Hermes, guys, there will be cases where they can't restore it if it's that drastic, but I'm telling you, a stain, Hermes can fix it. Yeah, they will. It might take a year, but they can do it, and that is what you're paying for, guys. They can restore the bag. So this is what we need from Chanel. I don't know why I'm getting so angry right now. I don't know. I'm stressed. Okay, so I don't know. There's a lot of comments here. Okay, so. Ooh, I really want to reply to Dale's Addictions comment because Dale actually made a response video, so check out Dale's video as well. I was just watching it this morning and Dale said, you raised some great points in this video, Jess. I think the after sale service is such a good point along with today's price points. Well, thanks. Dale, I have nothing else to add. Israeli flavor. I'm confused by your chart on Hermes pricing. The Birkin pricing has increased steadily over the years. They didn't do one giant increase like in your charts. Show. I think in my chart, it's actually showing the difference between 2004 and 2014. So it's just like done a jump, but that was a gradual increase. In 2004, it was $4,000 for a Birkin and went up to $11,000 over 10 years. So it was a gradual increase, but that tells me that in another 10 years, a Birkin could cost another $10,000, which is not cheap, guys. So actually Hermes prices do go up considerably as well. So I think now that they're neck and neck, Chanel and Hermes, it's almost like better to go for the Hermes if you're into Hermes. I will drum that home again, guys. Like, not everyone is into it. So okay. So Min Wade, premium price goods, not only handbags, should have some good after sale service. This non-service from Chanel handbags may decrease the value over time. Yes, guys, we have to think about long term. Like, think about 20 years. You're gonna have your trashed Chanel bag and Chanel can't restore it. Like, I don't like that, guys. So these brands, they're not gonna die anytime soon. These brands are gonna be around our whole lifetime. Like, everyone who's watching my channel now, unless I'm dead now, you guys that well, these brands are still going to exist within our lifetime. So they, like, long term, 20-30 years, they have to have that plan, and that's all I'm saying in this video. So thanks for your comments, guys. Sorry I didn't get through all of them, but I'm talking for a long time. So yeah, thanks for watching, and please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye.